Grand Rising, beautiful people. I know because you hear, see my voice, my image, that you are blessed. We all are blessed. I wanted to share with you the event that happened in my life some moons ago when I was a youngster in high school. I remember early one morning before school started, uh, we all gathered in the school building. It was in high school. We gathered on the lawn. We also gathered in the building. And that particular morning it was kind of like a morning like this, overcast morning, kind of misty like. And we had two stories in our high school. We had upstairs and we had downstairs, and it was a big, wide stairway in the center time when you walked in the entryway. And there ensued a fight. It was a fight. It was two young girls that were fighting, and they were going at it. And both of them, they were well known. If you ever had a small community, you had a group of family members that, if you ever get into it with that family member, you got to fight the whole family. Both of those families were those type of families, and two of the young ladies of that family, they were fighting, and boy, they were going at it. And they started on the second floor, and they worked their way all the way down the stairs, fighting, just tussling, just going at it, just going at it. Then they got to the bottom of the stairway. And when they got to the bottom of the stairway, one of the young ladies started getting a little bit best of the other young lady. And you could tell that she was starting to kind of take over the fight. And all of a sudden, the one that was kind of getting the worst of the situation, she pulled out a switchblade. And she took that blade and she cut the girl that she was fighting in the face. And I remember it like it was slow motion. She did in her face. And blood began to flow, and the fight kind of settled, and everybody scattered, and some people jumped in and grabbed them, and people started panicking. And the fast forward, of course, they weren't the best of friends. They didn't really like each other. But I remember some years after that, she walked around, the girl that was cut in the face. She was cut in the face. She walked around with scars on her face from those knife wounds. And I remember it was quite some time afterward, I heard some conversations about the girl that cut her. She said, "I apologize, but she won't forgive me. I tried to do everything I could, but she won't forgive me." And I remember the other girl that was cut. She said, "I forgive her, but I don't forget. I can't forget it." And I was just thinking, I can forgive somebody, but you can't forget. You know what? If you've been in an abusive situation or you've been hurt, you don't even have to be in an abusive situation. Every time that young lady, she looks in the mirror, she reminded of that situation. She reminded of those scars. And therefore, physically, mentally, she can't forget. We as people, sometimes we leave scars. We leave scars by what we've done. And we feel like we've done everything we could to get them to forget. And they may or they may not forgive us. We don't have any control over that. And we have no right to demand a time frame for them to forgive us. We can't be so selfish to say, "I've done everything I can," keep doing it. And realize that you caused that pain. And to those victims that have been abused and hurt, and they keep having these reminders, it's okay to forgive and not to forget. It's okay. Forgive yourself that you forgive those who have abused you and you can't forget. Don't feel guilty because you can't forget. Because we all come on this earth with, I like to think of our brains as a hard drive. And it's empty in the beginning. But through our life experiences, through the things we learn, us process thinking, we add to that hard drive. And sometimes you can't erase that memory. You just can't erase that memory. It just keep going back to that. But for those of you, and this is who I'm trying to really reach out to, the ones that have hurt someone. We all have hurt somebody at some point or some time. Try to show them that you are sorry for the pain that you caused. And for those of you who have been abused, forgive yourself to the part. Don't let nobody make you feel guilty because you can't forget, because you live with these scars. But try to forgive, even though you can't forget. So y'all stay blessed, stay well, and forgive yourself. Don't hold that burden thinking that you're not of a certain spiritual or respectable person because you can't forget. Keep moving. Some things you won't forget. It's okay. But keep moving and keep pressing forward. Y'all be blessed and be well. And whatever you do, don't forget to keep on growing. Grow.